Hello guys, this is Brad once again, and I have a little bit of time this afternoon once again, like I did yesterday because I'm working afternoon shift, to address something. Now yesterday I did a video about niche fragrances, and I was just kind of wondering how people felt about summer versus winter in terms of those fragrances, and when do you prefer to actually wear your niche fragrances. And I was looking at some of my comments from that video, and some of the people that commented said that they don't really like to categorize fragrances. I know the one comment was something along the lines of, I don't think we should label fragrances as niche and designer. I think we should just think of all fragrances as simply fragrances. And I know somebody else had said something along the lines of, I don't think fragrances should be labeled as winter or summer fragrances. I wear what I want when I want. I just adapt by not spraying so much in the hot weather versus the cooler weather. So these are things that I thought I would discuss as well. From a reviewer's standpoint, myself and I'm sure a lot of the other reviewers, I think we're just basically trying to give some guidelines here as generalizations. We're not, telling people what to do here. Um, so I thought we'd start with niche versus designer. Now I know people get sick of trying to break everybody up into a niche head or designer head as if it's like a political party or something. But when I mention niche and designer in my videos, I think it's important just because it will help you out when you go to, if you want to purchase these fragrances. I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing, I think, to walk into a Walmart and ask, a salesperson where the creeds are. You just want to be sure that you're, putting your viewers in the right spectrum here. If you have to go to Lucky Scent to buy it, you should mention, hey, you're not going to be able to find this at a department store. Same with designers. If you go to Lucky Scent's website and type in, Davidoff or Armani, and it comes up blank, that doesn't mean that the product doesn't exist. It's just that it's not in the right, the right store. So, yeah, people need to know what's going on with that. So that's one reason why, we talk about niche and designer. I mean, some people do see it as like a social status thing. That's where it becomes a problem. And I think that's where a lot of the animosity is about. It's kind of like, I drive a Porsche, you drive a Geo, so I'm better than you. And that's where we're getting into a lot of, um, hard feelings. But so that's that. I don't really want to create any big, you know, upsetting situations here by talking about niche and designer. I mean, it's part of the community. It's there. It just basically has to be addressed. You can't ignore it. It's not like, well, I can't tell people that this is a designer fragrance or a niche fragrance because it's too upsetting. So I will continue to mention that probably most of the time when I do videos at some level. And now as far as the seasons go, now that's another thing. I think every fragrance is pretty much geared towards a specific situation. There are those that I think are very versatile and can be worn pretty much any time. And of course, if you dig deep, you could say, well, this one's got some green notes in it, so maybe it's for spring, or this one's got some heavy warm notes in it, so maybe it's better for wintertime. I would just say, if you just have a small collection of fragrances and you're spending a lot of money for these bottles, I'm sure you're going to want to get the most bang for your buck out of those bottles, and you want to wear them as often as possible. I know it's hard for a person to spend $300 on a fragrance that they really love and then say, well, I can't wear it for 6 months because the reviewers said it was inappropriate. So yeah, if you do adjust your application method, you could probably still pull some of these fragrances off. Of course, if you get feedback that tells you that maybe it's not working out, you might want to take that into consideration as well. But if people seem to like it, there's certainly no reason why you can't continue to do so. Even if they don't like it, you could still say to yourself, hey, I like it. So that's what really matters. So it's all personal decision, how we go about that. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just I'm just kind of ranting and talking, because that's what I like to do. So that's pretty much that. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on the matter, about this whole, labeling of fragrances, should we continue to do it, or should we just? I mean, it's a very subjective. It's a very subjective thing anyway, so I don't really see why it should matter what we do. You find the reviewers that you respect, you listen to their opinions, and then maybe you do your own testing and come to your own conclusions. I think that's the best thing to do. So, um, is that about it then? I think so. So, thank you once again, and I'll talk to you guys later.